Rotating a figure about the origin. Draw the following triangle after a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation about the origin. Alright, so we need to think about what these words mean. First of all, we know 90 degrees is just a right angle. So I'm only going to be moving this triangle either one quadrant this way or one quadrant down. But it says counterclockwise, which means I want to be going opposite the way the clock goes. So I'm going to be moving it this way. I'm going to be moving this triangle, rotating it one quadrant down. Okay? Now, there's two different ways you can do this. You can do it with your tracing paper, okay? Or you can do it as what I call the pinwheel method, okay? Where you just pay attention to the pattern that you see in the coordinate pairs. So I'll do it with the tracing paper first, and then I'll also do it with the pinwheel method. So if I lay this tracing paper right over my graph here, and I'm just going to draw this triangle as it is first. I'm going to draw my pre-image on my tracing paper, okay? So there I am. That's where I'm starting. But because this says 90 degrees counterclockwise, I'm about the origin. I'm going to put my pencil right here on the origin because that's my center of rotation. And I'm going to rotate my tracing paper counterclockwise 90 degrees. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees, which is one quadrant. So my new figure or my image is this one down here. So I would just carefully trace this back onto my original graph, okay? So that's one way you could do it. That's what it would look like with tracing paper, okay? But before I draw it on my graph, I'm going to do it the other way as well. So this is a method I call the pinwheel method, and let me show you why, okay? So what I'm going to notice is my coordinate pairs here. To get to this point right here, I'm going to call that point A. To get to point A, I have to go 2 out and 1 up, okay? But if I take this little L, or if you make it a triangle, this little pinwheel, I'm going to rotate it down until this line lines up right here. So I'm going to go down 2 and out 1. So if you see, if this was my hinge, this little L has swung down on top of that little L 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay? So that's my first point. Let's look, we'll call this point B right here. To get to point B, I go out 5 and up 3. So now I have a larger L. I'm going to take this same L and swing it on down here. So I'm going to go on my axis 5, like that, and over 3. That's going to put my B prime right here. So I have A prime and B prime. Okay? And last but not least, I need to figure out this point I'll call C. Okay? On my axis, I go out 4 and I go up 5. Okay? So I'm going to go down on my axis 4, just like if I took this and swung it on down 4 and out 5, which would put my C prime right there, because here's where it would hit. Okay? So I just reconnect these dots, and that would give me my image. Now just to check, I'll show you again with the tracing paper. We started with my image here. We put my pencil on the center of rotation, and we rotated it down down or counterclockwise 90 degrees. And if you notice, the image that I did with the pinwheel method and my tracing paper method exactly line up just like that. So this would be my new image here, this triangle. Okay, you don't have to draw all of these L's and pinwheel lines and things, but that just helps me do it in my own head. So there you go.